In this video, we will evaluate Ubuntu 25.10. We visit the official site, select the desktop version, and scroll down to choose the version that has support until July 2026. Ubuntu was founded in 2004 with South African and British origins. According to its website, it is a secure and modern operating system used by millions of people. When starting the live version, it has Ubuntu's characteristic style. We select the language, and it supports keyboard layout detection with a few additional questions. It has good hardware detection. The Wi-Fi adapter is recognized, and we connect to the internet by entering the network and the corresponding password. Then it asks us for the type of installation. In my case, I select Erase Disk and choose the correct disk to avoid bootloader issues. We enter the name, hostname, username, and password. We also select to enable automatic login. We choose the location and confirm the options. We proceed with the installation and wait for the process to finish. Ubuntu is one of the most widely used, well-known, and documented distributions available. We restart the computer. Ubuntu releases an LTS version every 2 years, and between these releases, it introduces 3 standard support versions, like the one we are evaluating. As usual, we review the desktop, which is a modified version of GNOME. It has almost the same default applications as the standard version, except for Firefox. We install the Fastfetch packages to gather system information and Sysbench to evaluate the distribution on the same computer we have used in other videos. We run Fastfetch, which provides information about the kernel, desktop, window manager, initial memory usage, and the installation on the disk. We use commands to obtain the distribution name, kernel version, memory, and disk usage, and compare those results with the ones from Fastfetch. Next, we perform the Y2038 bug test to check if it is supported, and run systemd-analyze to measure the system's boot time. We use Sysbench for the evaluation, starting with the CPU, observing the performance of a single thread and 5 threads through mathematical operations. We continue with the thread and mutex tests to analyze concurrent load management and resource blocking, respectively. We evaluate both memory reading and writing with a sequential benchmark to measure the system's capacity to handle memory operations. Next, we evaluate the input and output of the disk, prepare the files, and run the test to determine the storage performance. We run the top command to measure the memory consumed by Firefox with one window, without active extensions, just to observe the initial resource consumption. We open a second tab and load a video, then a third tab, and finally a fourth tab, observing how memory consumption increases with each tab opened. We have completed the evaluation of Ubuntu. Now we will analyze the results observed and measured during the tests. Ubuntu 25.10 uses a recent version of the kernel. It installed 1,505 packages, uses GNOME 49 with Mutter and Wayland, all of which are also recent versions. The initial memory consumption is 1.52 GB, which is an average value. The disk installation size was nearly 14 GB, which is somewhat high. It does support the Y2038 bug, and the boot time without firmware was 66 seconds, an average value compared to the distributions tested. In the CPU test with Sysbench, it achieved over 1,000 events per second, a notable value for the tested computer, but performance with threads was average. The same applies to the thread and mutex tests, where the values were average compared to other distributions, suggesting that Ubuntu does not handle concurrency well. For memory reading and writing, the values were average, indicating that there is no efficient memory access management in this distribution. Among the various Firefox tabs opened, it consumed an average of 382 MB per tab, which is an average value across distributions, with no notable results. Regarding disk reading and writing, it stood out with 10 MB per second for reading and 6.71 MB per second for writing, surpassing other distributions in this aspect. In conclusion, Ubuntu is widely used, but for desktop use, it is not an outstanding distribution. In fact, it falls below average in this regard. That is all. We will continue with the distribution tests. If you liked the video, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and activate the notification bell. See you next time.